There was a mass shooting in Los Angeles.
Good evening, guys, and we just learned police were in a standoff with a man in a white van they believe to be the suspect, and we just learned that man died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Overnight, 10 people killed and at least 10 injured in a mass shooting near Los Angeles.
I got approximately 10 deceased.
Crews rushing to the scene outside this dance studio, treating victims in the parking lot. Survivors rushed to the hospital. Authorities say their condition ranged from critical to stable.
When officers arrived at the location, they observed numerous victims and patrons in the business parking lot. Additional officers made entry into the business and located numerous gunshot victims.
Witnesses described the terror.
It sounded like a very heavy artillery weapon. It was just
and heartbreak.
You're safe. I'm scared. We feel so safe. But how come? What happened?
The shooter going on a violent rampage inside the Stardance studio. Moments before the deadly attack, people in this predominantly Asian American community celebrating the Lunar New Year nearby. Authorities say they are investigating if a second incident at another ballroom in a neighboring suburb is tied to the shooting. So far, investigators not saying if the attack was a racial hate crime. The FBI is now involved.
As we're looking for this suspect, we will not forget the victims and survivors. And it's important because you can just imagine the trauma that they've experienced.
Leaders reacting to the nation's deadliest mass shooting so far this year. California Governor Gavin Newsom releasing this statement in part. Our hearts mourn as we learn more about the devastating acts of last night. Karen Ravi, investigators are still trying to determine the motive in this situation and if the suspect knew the victims.
And like every mass shooting where you have people itching to be the first ones to report on it without information, without critical thinking, without just waiting for more evidence to come out, you have people saying heart is beyond heavy for the victims and their loved ones. Lunar New Year is a time of togetherness, celebration, and love. This tragedy is beyond hate. We are broken as a nation to have mass shootings and white supremacy reign terror. Our community is shattered. What I want to say is happy Lunar New Year. Another mass shooting, Monterey Park, still surprised after all this time. Our joy, our resistance, never knew the safety you profess to miss. Can we please build coalition against white supremacy when your surprise is done? And I just want everybody to understand, without evidence, without details, without any additional information, these individuals, one of whom has privated their Twitter because, of course, you know what I'm about to say next, because always when you're somebody who wants to be reactionary, the criticism you rightfully get after is something you can't handle. And I'm certain if this person unprivates her Twitter, she's going to go on saying, all I wanted to do is spread love during a hateful time, yet you were spreading misinformation. I want everybody to take a guess. Was the person that committed this mass shooting a white supremacist? Hell, were they even white at all? No. At what point are y'all gonna understand it is okay to just wait? I understand it. You want to be first. You want to be the person with the most likes. You want to have the sympathy post that gets everybody to see that you care. But guess what? You look like you don't care when you're just throwing a buzzword on something. When you're just wanting to have your narrative put out there. We don't even know if this person is affiliated with anything white supremacist. It's an Asian person who shot up a bunch of Asians. And it's my understanding this person gave themselves their own gunshot wound. So there really is going to be no justice given. Somebody who took a life, got their life taken, but it's unfortunate that they took their own life and they didn't fall for the consequences that should have been given to them, because taking a life unjustly is not necessary. People are celebrating time of togetherness in a Lunar New Year to celebrate the time of the rabbit or the bunny. I'm not sure which it is, but people are trying to celebrate and people's lives were taken. And in the midst of people trying to gather information so that we could potentially bring somebody to justice, you have forever in existence idiots on Twitter trying to be the first ones with the information. Congratulations. Welcome to the world of being a dumbass. You are wrong, and accept the fact that you are always going to be wrong, because instead of caring about these people, instead of waiting for more information, instead of hoping for justice, instead of hoping that somebody who did this gets caught and they're arrested and they're thrown in jail to face the rightful punishment, you instead just say, another form of white supremacy, because somehow a mass shooting fits your narrative of marginalized people dying, because that's all you care about. And in a world where people should wait, it's a damn shame people just want to be the first ones to say something stupid. Subscribe to the channel. I'll see y'all in the next one. Goodbye.
The fact that there's misinformation swirling out there and people are tying it to race and other things and putting images of innocent people out there next to young Quran, saying that this is the person that's responsible for that. That's reckless and that's dangerous. Imagine if it was your picture beside his. and people showed up at your house with half information. That's unacceptable.